Hi Aries, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love lives or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Aries, it's quite a phenomenal month. That's November. We have your ruler Mars, which is going to be going direct on the 5th of November. Now, Mars has been retrograde in your own sign since about September, and it's been a long haul, and a lot of drama has been created along with the Mars being retrograde. I'm sure a lot of you would have seen or even read about the effects of Mars retrograde. I've done a specific videos. I've also done an article on my website on the same. And a Mars retrograde has, besides of course slowing things down as far as action is concerned, because Mars is in Aries is all about action. It's about implementation. It has also been a time of inner conviction, of inner courage, of being able to stand up to whether there's social injustices, or even wherein that you may be feeling a lack of conviction and you feel brave, you pull sort of all your strength from inside, and you know may have said that no, I'm going to stand my ground. Now, November, of course, is a very exciting month because we have not just your ruler Mars that goes direct, we have Mercury that has been in Scorpio that goes direct as well. It's been retrograde from 13th of October, and it also carried on being so till about in the first week of November. And then we have the Capricornian energies, that is your Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, and they are conjuncting, and we have an eclipse season beginning of the month as well. So we have Mercury, which moves direct in your house of relationships, and this is there till about the entire month, I would say till about end of November. And Mercury, of course, is going to be bringing about a lot of conversations as far as your relationship has been concerned. And it may have to do also with your business partners. Maybe some of you have been wanting to have a discussion, negotiation, maybe regarding a contract or deal. Some legality could be involved over here as well. And you could find that the conversation gets moved ahead. It's a very supportive energy because you also have Venus over here, and even though Venus comes towards the end of the month, but Venus is going to be giving its support and ensuring that the negotiations and the deals, they go off well for you. On the 11th, we have Mercury, which joins Sun in your house of joint finances, resources. This is also the house of sexuality and intimacy, and it's a great time to be getting in touch with the hidden aspect of yourself, Aries. This kind of energy is related to very deep thinking. So maybe if some of you have been interested in taking up psychology as a subject, maybe there could be psychological issues that you may have been facing for the longest, and you could be looking at solving them out, and seeing as to whether you can get in touch with a therapist, or you can unravel it more and understand yourself more. This transit also tends to bring about at times obsessive thoughts and patterns. It can be that you could find yourself leaning more towards OCD, that constant cleaning of the room. I think it's a great thing. Also sorting your cupboard. Some of you could even be going ahead and you could be color coordinating your cupboard as well. And I think that too is a wonderful thing to do if you have the patience for it. There is also a possibility of communication which with someone wherein it may have to do with your past, and it could bring about I think certain uncomfortable issues from the past. It could bring about some psychological issues. It could be maybe some trauma that you faced as a child, and you could be too happy discussing it, but it could bring about a hidden aspect, maybe something that you may have been struggling. From 8th to the 12th, we have Pluto and Jupiter, and they're conjuncting in your house of reputation, and especially also because your ruler Mars is going direct on the 14th of November. Now, since Jupiter and Pluto, they are uniting in Capricorn, and they will be under the rulership and leadership of the slow and steady, the parent planet Saturn, which is going to be bringing tests in the temper. It could be that you could feel quite pressurized at work. You could feel that, I don't think so, I can be dealing with this kind of authority, or people are being too bossy, and you could be asked, or your discipline could be tested at this time. Whenever there is Jupiter and whenever there is a Jupiter and Pluto conjunct, it tends to bring about things which have been simmering under the surface. So this is not a new issue, Aries. It's possible that a lot of you may have been facing issues with your authorities for the longest time. It can also be that you generally don't respond very well to authority. You could be some of you could be having issues with your father, or a father-like figure, and some of you could be just requiring that space. Now, it is a good time to be looking at maybe a new job, maybe collaborating with someone and working with them. It is a time to be bold and be courageous. It's a time to be really of conviction, Aries, and to go ahead and implement something that you may have been thinking for the longest of time. On the 15th, we have a new moon that is there in your house of joint finances, resources, sexuality, and this is also the house of transformation. And it also rules other people's monies and debts and taxes. And this is a time that you could be dealing with, money which does not belong to you. You could be either paying off a debt, and it's a good time to be paying off a debt. If some of you have got some little money which is sort of just sitting in your bank, it's a good time to be closing up on any, or rather foreclosing any debts that, or EMIs that may be pending for you. It's a time also for you to be looking beneath the surface and finding out what's really there, especially as far as your intimate relationship is concerned. And if something has not been working for you, Aries, in your closest relationship, it's a good time to be digging deep, especially also because Mercury also has gone direct. So you will have all the support of the words to be able to communicate to your partner as to what exactly and how it is that you need to be approaching it. On the 22nd, we have Venus that comes in the same house, and Venus is going to be coming and softening, which otherwise may come across in communication like a bull in a china shop. So Venus is going to be coming and softening that for you, and it's going to be encouraging you to be looking at things with a lot of love, with a lot of compassion. Not a great thing, Aries, to be holding on too much to resentment, bitterness, if things haven't worked out in a certain, I would say, not just a collaboration, but at a workplace. Don't leave your workplace with bitterness. It's all right if things didn't work out, and you choose to be the higher person and walk away graciously from it. On the 27th, we have Sun that is moving into your house of higher mind, and this is also speaks about higher studies and expanding your spirituality. So a lot of you could be interested in growing your mind, and I think now with everything being there online, the boundaries have just got blurred. There's so much easy access to across country cultures, the way that they work, not just the work cultures, but even education that is there. A lot of you could be studying online, maybe doing a course from another country, and I think in any case, in the current unfortunate pandemic situation, I don't think many campuses or universities would be open. So some of you could be utilizing this time, and you could be studying online. But I think for those of you who are working, or for those of you who are looking for work, it's a great time to be upskilling. It's a great time to be looking for those webinars, looking for those online courses where you can upskill yourself. On the 30th, we're closing the month with a lunar eclipse that is there in your house of conversations and siblings and your immediate society and where you live. So it can be that some of you may have been having an issue with a sibling. It's a good time to be putting an end to that spat. It's a good time to be reaching out, to be connecting. You may also have to deal with getting your point across very clearly. Try not to come across as aggressive but assertive, especially when you are trying to sell an idea to someone, or you're trying to get them see your point of view. Try and remember this month, Aries, it's not what you say, it's how you say. That's what people will remember. Focus on what needs to get worked on now and leave everything else to later. It's okay to let yourself off the hook. Try and not keep raising the bar every month for yourself and then start beating yourself as to why it is and how it is I couldn't do that right. So, try and see that your feelings and your words don't tie you in a strange situation this month. And with your ruler going direct, even though they may have a lot of pent up frustration from the last few months, that things may have felt really stifled and you could have felt really frustrated and constrained. With the opening of the energy, while it's wonderful, but try not to sort of take risky or hasty decision just because someone is saying yes. It doesn't mean that you need to be jumping in it. So evaluate, rethink, and I'm sure you've had enough time to rethink about it and then accordingly implement it. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Aries. I look forward to seeing you again, and thank you so much for watching.